Hey everybody, tonight my friends are coming over. And she's got a small little girl who don't eat nothing. So we were riding around town and I was like, why don't I make some shepherd's pie? And her daughter's like, oh my god, that sounds so good. So I decided, okay, let's make some shepherd's pie. So I'm going to do my little ghetto style of shepherd's pie. Because it's an easy little meal for tonight. So we're going to make ground beef, onions, corn, brown gravy, which is already pre-made, some potatoes, peeled, cubed, some butter, some milk, some seasoning. We got some seasoned salt, Lowry seasoned salt, some onion powder, some pepper, and some Worcestershire. We got some milk, we got some salt. So let's get started cooking. You heat your water for the potatoes because you gotta boil the potatoes. While you start your potatoes, I'm using my new Tools of the Trade 11-quart Dutch oven. So we let the water come to a boil. Put the potatoes in. We're gonna add some salt to it. Okay, while the potatoes come into a boil, you should start the ground beef. So, bring the pan to heat, add the ground beef. Listen to that sizzle, doesn't that sound good? And we're using my nice cast iron skillet. And we'll clean up a little while we do. Turn it down a little bit. Beef is browning. Few shots of Worcestershire. Few shots of Worcestershire. I use onion powder. I'm gonna use real onions in here too, which we're gonna throw in a few minutes. But it just adds a little bit of, I don't know, touch. And it was in the cabinet, so we're going to add some Lowry seasoned salt, because we love Lowry seasoned salt. Remember that, Lowry's. So, we're going to add some of you. And we're going to stir it up a little bit. And over here, the potatoes are boiling in this new Tools of the Trade Dutch oven. We should put the lid on. Here, let's put the lid on. Let's let that boil. Hamburger comes to a nice golden brown, a little pink. Add the onions in. You don't have to add onions, but I do because I had some. But onions will make a nice little taste, so let these cook for a little while. After the ground beef comes to golden brown and the onions are sauteed, what you need to do next is drain it. So we come over to the sink. Oh, we're not supposed to do it in the sink, but we're just doing it like that right now. Clean the pan out. Put it back into the pan. Put that there for the dishwasher. And then, now we are going to add some beautiful brown gravy to this. And stir it to combine. Now, the potatoes are done, so what we want to do is we want to take some pot holders and drain the potatoes. We'll take this new Dutch oven over here and drain these potatoes. We'll just pour them into here. Pour them into there. See, empty pot. And we pour them directly back into the Dutch oven. Oh, normally we don't use a Dutch oven to make mashed potatoes, but I wanted to use my new pan. So we're going to put this back over here. And we'll bring the lid. Now, we're going to add our butter. Our butter to the mashed potatoes. Okay, now with the mashed potatoes are drained, you put the butter in there and you mash them. Normally you use a smaller pan, but like I said before, I wanted to use my new pan. So now we're gonna add, because we want them to be creamy, because once they bake, they'll thicken. And we're going to season with salt. We're going to season with salt. We're going to season with a little black pepper. Now what are we going to do? We're going to put it into the oven. So we take the ground beef mixture and we pour it into the baking dish. We've already drained it, so all we have is ground beef and gravy, and so put the ground beef on the bottom. Now what we're going to do, we're going to pour the corn on top. You can use frozen corn. You can use fresh corn. Oh, you're supposed to use peas and carrots, but the people who are coming over do not like peas and carrots, so we're just doing it with corn. We're going to put the mashed potatoes on. You put the mashed potatoes on. And remember, these are fresh mashed potatoes. You can use Idaho Russets potatoes. So now we smooth the potato mixture on the casserole dish. After you spread the mashed potatoes on the corn layer and ground beef layer, you put in the oven for 20 minutes on 350 degrees. So we're putting it in this beautiful old oven and let it cook. So after it comes out the oven, what you want to do is sprinkle the remaining gravy over it. Sprinkle with some cheddar cheese. Let it melt. And maybe some seasoning. I threw some basil on here just because for an added color. But so then you plate it up. Let's see how this looks. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that looks pretty good, doesn't it, people? So after you serve it the plates, enjoy your shepherd's pie.
Ooh, that looks good, Brian. Really good. Can't wait to eat it.